Hey boys and girls, welcome back to Ni No Kuni II, Revenant Kingdom. In the last one we finished off Bondley's little quest, and we're finally able to look in the library. And apparently we're going to find out information on the other kingdoms now. And actually I was going to be doing quests in between this episode and the last one, but apparently I actually figured out that I was actually trapped in here, so I couldn't actually do that, so we don't actually have any increased villagers for our town yet, which was the whole point of me wanting to do the quest in the first place, so other than that, pretty much nothing else has happened in between these episodes, so let's continue. There's a book entitled Broadleaf, a Guide. Would you like to read it? Sure. A kingdom at the cutting edge. Located at the center of Automnia, Broadleaf is one of the world's newest nations. Once just a tiny settlement hidden in the dense forest, Zib's vectors, inventions, and business savvy have turned it into the world's most technically advanced kingdom. Bastion, its kingmaker, is said to be the more concerned with the self-improvement than protecting his realm. All of Broadleaf's institutions are situated in the giant tower known as the Treehouse, which is also the headquarters of Broadleaf, Inc. The kingdom was founded on rich seam of magical ore, and the intensive mining and exploration of which fueled its explosive development, but also caused the local environment to become terribly polluted. Practical technology for all, several conflicts have taken place between the people of Broadleaf and local monsters over controls of the region's resources. The tensions remain high to this day. Many bandits and monsters attacked the treehouse during its construction, but they proved no match for Broadleaf's advanced weaponry. These battles were an excellent showcase for the company's wares. So that's Broadleaf. So all of these are going to be towns we eventually go to. So this one's about Ding Dong Dell. So let's read the guide to Ding Dong Dell. A kingdom steeped in history and tradition, Ding Dong Dell is a kingdom situated in the northern part of Summerlands. Grimlican, Mousekind, and humans have coexisted there for centuries. It has been the longest history of any of the world's nations. Thanks in no small part, the unwavering protection of the Kingmaker, the Noble Oakenheart. The cat and mice of Ding Dong Dell have a long history of animosity indeed. According to one account, there was once a war between them that lasted several centuries. Some even claim that Mousengers, a famous mouse clan, were driven into the sewers, while the Grimlican oppressors lived peaceful lives above ground. The local humans try to avoid becoming involved in this conflict and give politics a wide berth. Recent tumults. The Tildrums have ruled over Ding Dong Dell for generations, until the premature death of King Leonhard put his son, young Evan, on the throne. The mice saw an opportunity and staged a coup, and drove the boy king out of the country. Tensions in the kingdom have run high ever since. Grimlican are not allowed to leave, and only those who have been granted special permission may now visit. Okay, that is the next one. Okay, so what's the next one after that? Allegoria. Don't remember which one that is. I don't know if that's the Fish Kingdom or not. Khan of Nazca. Was Nazca in the original game? Is that where I'm thinking of? Oh no, this is a long-lost one. Okay, so this is a different one. A long-lost magical kingdom, Allegoria, was a large kingdom that once stood on the continent of Nazca. Its kingmaker was known as the Horned One, and was possessed of a great power and great vitality. Doloran, Allegoria's last king, was unable to control this fearsome creature, and his kingdom and the land on which it stood were lost. It was said to be a beautiful, peaceful place, but no trace of it remains. So that is the guy that stole the kingmaker from Pugnacious, if you guys are wondering. There's a book entitled Hydropolis. Okay, so this is the one with the merpeople. Would you like to read the guide of Hydropolis? Yes, I would. An ocean kingdom governed by strict rules. Hydropolis is a maritime kingdom comprising of several islands known collectively as Hydropelago. The population is mostly made up of humans and merfolk, and fishing dominates the economy, with its fresh seafood dishes being highly regarded. Brine Skimmer, the nation's kingmaker, lives beneath the sea and is rarely seen. Queen Nerea, the ruler of Hydropolis, has decreed a number of activities to be strictly forbidden. Furthermore, tourists and merchants from overseas are forced to pay punitive taxes, meaning that although the kingdom is a beautiful and fascinating place, it seldom receives any visitors. Many locals object to the draconian rules, and though local officials do their best to suppress this dissatisfaction, it has yet to be fully quelled. A battle for supremacy, humans and merfolk can now coexist peacefully in Hydropolis, but this was not always the case. Land and sea battles between the two races once raged for a period of several decades. The fighting did not come to an end until a human was able to overcome Brine Skimmer's brutal trial and form a king's bond with him. Okay, and there's one more left, and I'm pretty sure this is, Golden Paw. There's a book entitled Golden Paw, a guide. Would you like to read it? Yes, I would. A kingdom where all is left to luck. Golden Paw is a large kingdom situated in the southern part of the Summerlands. The local population is dominated by dogfolk. In Golden Paw, everything is left to chance. Even the tax rate is determined by the roll of the dice. Longfang, the local kingmaker, is held in high esteem on account of his high reputation as a bringer of good fortune. Gambling is part of the day-to-day life in Golden Paw, and its state-operated casino is also popular with visitors to the kingdom. Fortune-telling is also highly prized, and the local people tend to consult the stars in times of confusion or distress. As a result, the leader of Golden Paw, otherwise known as the Grand High Roller, has tended to have quite a talent for clairvoyance. Master Pugnacious is its current High Roller. A beacon of regional peace, the port of Capstan upon Hull is considered a part of Golden Paw for administrative purposes. Golden Paw once sought to gain control over the other settlements on the Eider Downs, but their attempts were repelled in a series of bloody battles. These scars have long since healed, however, not least because many people from the provinces have since moved to Golden Paw in search of a fortune.
Alright.
That was a mouthful, but there we go. Alright, I think that's about as much as I need to know for now. True, thankfully that's it. I can't believe there's already stuff in here about the coup over in Ding Dong Dell. This place is more up to date than it looks. Definitely true, honestly. I'd better catch up with the others and figure out what to do next. Yeah, we should. So, all of those kingdoms are going to be kingdoms we eventually go to. So, every single one from Allegoria to Hydropolis, and we already been in Golden Palm, Ding Dong Dell we will eventually go back to, and Broadleaf is going to be another important place in the future. So, each place is going to give us a character as well, I'll be honest with that as well. But that's all I'm going to go into, because I don't want to spoil any characters. Roland's journal has been updated. Let's see what the Leaf Book entry is for here. Bondley. Okay. You don't normally have to fight bandits and dragons to get a library card. It makes me wonder what Bondley's really up to. I get the feeling she's trying to teach us things that are going to come in handy in the future. I'd ask, but she's not exactly one for straight answers. True. I wonder, should I read this? You know what, because we're going to be... She's technically a character that's important, we're going to read through this just once. Just because I haven't really done any of the Leaf Book stuff, I just want to read through it just in case. So, let's do this. Let me try and remember the voice since it's been a day. At long last I have completed it. Behold the luscious, lascivious, lustrous lipstick Bolly likes to call gobsmeared. If anyone would like to see it in action and take Bolly out for a romantic candlelit dinsy winsy winner, you know where to find her. I'm gonna read these real quick. Gosh, I've never seen anything quite like it. Only the best for Bondley. It really suits you. I don't know quite what to say. That's some next level makeup right there. Oh, come on. Oh wait, this is Bondly. Come on, are there no suitors for Bondly? Okay, that's basically how Leafbook works. It's basically like Twitter or Facebook. More of Facebook, honestly. But let's continue. Have you finished checking everything, Roland? All done. Alright, let's go find the others. Yeah, let's do that indeed, Evan. So now we're finally done with the library, and now we've kind of have a grasp of the other kingdoms in this, in the kingdom, or... Alright. Actually, what would this actually be called? I don't know if there's an actual name for this place. Like, I don't know if there's an actual country name for everywhere. I guess the world, I guess, I'm gonna say? We know all the kingdoms of the world, or at least in the general vicinity. So, good thing we have that now. Alright, I think I read up on the history of pretty much every nation, major nation in your world. This place sure has seen its fair share of wars, though I guess that's true of my world too. But if this stuff is anything to go by, the only way to steer clear of all the fighting would be to have no contact whatsoever with any other country, period. I guess, but that's not really nice, though. Tain't precisely the jolliest of conclusions, but it sounds about right to me. Roland, I've been thinking. What if we could unite the world? If our world were one big country, well, there would be no one to fight, would there? Yeah. True. Of course, that's an amazing idea. You're a genius. Although it's gonna be hard, though. Sure, unite the world, and then there'd be no one left to fight. That would certainly put an end to war. But look at these books. Read what they are saying. Nobody in history has ever come close to doing what you're proposing. Except for the one story he kind of glossed over. The hero of, I guess he said Evermore, I believe it was called in his book. But it looks like Bondly has something to say. Oh, yes, they have, yes, Oh, really? Yes, really. It kind of looked like she talked there when she walked, so technically, it's kind of funny. But yeah, Evan talked about, oh no, this is completely different then. Ferdinand, mighty Ferdinand, yes. Wrote a great treaty, Declaration of Interdependence. Got them all to sign it, great big countries, teeny-weeny countries, all of them, yes. He was hero, my hero, so handsome. Oh god, her voice, man. I don't know how I even thought of that voice, to be honest. Amazing, so someone has done it before. Huh? But I just read every history book in here, and none of them so much as mentioned his name. I'm pretty sure it's just a storybook. Of course not, it's top secret. Only special people know. King Ferdinand. It does sound very knightly, honestly. Alright, everyone. Let us head back home and decide what we're going to do next. We need to talk more about this banner of ours. True. Definitely true. We do need to figure out our banner, because we don't exactly know what to make our banner. The whole reason why we even did this quest was to figure out how to design our banner. And look at all those quests I need to do in my off time, because there's no way we're going to be doing that in... If we want this series to not last 80 hours, the only way to do that is to kind of skip over the quests. We'll do a couple every now and again, but we're gonna focus mainly on the story when it comes to this game, I think. I think that's the best way to do this, because not every quest is important. That's what I'm trying to say. Also, is there any research done? I should probably check that, if we do have the chance to. And also grab the 5 cave guilders in our coffers, because if we let that just sit there, it's not going to gain anything. And it does look like we actually do have some research done, so let's actually work on our research a little bit. And it's good that we do this, just in case. It looks like we need more for that. Let's see, is there anything we can do for that? No, we can't. Okay, let's skip over that for now. Let's see if we can research anything. Quality weapon refinement. Efficiency weapon development. That sounds good. It makes the cost go down. So let's do that. There's a research for the spell work, so it looks like now we can make better spells. I forgot I even did that one. So we got that done. Looks like spells are done for now, until we level up the building. Let's move everyone into the armory, I think, is what I should do. So let's throw a couple people in here. And let's see here, who's the strongest person we can throw in here? I think Niall is. So let's throw Niall into here. And let's actually work on level... No, never mind. Looks like we're working on level 1 armor development. I just want to make sure they're doing stuff. Just so we don't have people just sitting around doing nothing. So it looks like that's basically it. I'm just going to throw in some leveling up for the facilities just to make more money. The more influence you have, the more coffers you make. Or not coffers, kingmakers, or king's guilders, or however you say it. That's how you basically get them, is by getting more influence. So making sure your buildings are leveled up as much as possible is always a good idea. And also leveling up your kingdom as well is always a good idea. So since now that we're done with that, we're just going to leave that be. I just wanted to do that real quick so they're not doing nothing, because I couldn't have worked on that in between episodes because I was stuck in the library, and I couldn't leave because that was a forced quest. So that's why I didn't get to do any of that in between episodes. So let's continue. I'd like to start talking things over right away, but you have kingly duties to attend to. Why don't you catch up with the things here, and come speak with me when you're done? We're already done, so let's do this, Roland. Let's continue. Are you ready to get the show on the road? Yes, I think we're done with Chapter 4 now, I believe. I think that was the entirety of Chapter 4. Alright, I'll go round everybody up. Roland, wait. What is it, Evan? There are a few things I'd like to speak with you about first. Alright. Yeah, what is it, Evan? What does Evan want to talk about? Okay, so I guess they already talked. Okay, so I wonder what they talked about.
Let's begin, shall we? I've gathered you all here to speak about our nation's banner.
I was actually about to read that, honestly.
And to work toward together.
Okay.
Evan proposes that we create a country without war. I'd like to talk about the concrete measures we'll need to take in order for that to happen.
Which we did talk about earlier.
First and foremost,
it's weird not being able to read some of these, I'll be honest. I'm more used to voice acting when it comes to cutscenes, so I'm not used to this anymore.
We call this treaty the Declaration of Interdependence.
We're stealing the Declaration of Interdependence from the story. Okay then. We can work with that, I guess. So this is our Declaration of Interdependence. We just need every country to sign it then. Definitely. That's what it said in the story that we read. Or, Evan kind of explained over it, but I'm pretty sure the Ferdinand story is the Evermore story, if I remember correctly. That's not really a spoiler, though, so that's why I can talk about it. It's only a story, that's basically it.
I like it!
Honestly, I do too, honestly.
But won't that dollar an idiot be trying to mess things up in other countries, like he did in Goldpaw? Exactly.
That's the whole point of the whole,
yes.
There was a point where we were fighting the Kingmaker of Golden Palm, and we had the Higgle Makers. So, the whole point of the Higgle Makers tutorial was to tell you, yes, you're going to be fighting more Kingsmakers. That is all that it's saying there. I'm not going to say what makes them go off, because I don't remember, for one, but I do remember fighting every single Kingmaker. So, yeah, we will be going to every country and having some kind of ordeal that happens there. So, that's kind of obvious, though. Because if they didn't have anything for the game, it'd kind of get boring, and everyone knows that, so... well, I'm just going to be honest, there's going to be fights in every country. But there's going to be a story for each place and everything is different in each area, so... that's all I'm going to go into. I'm not going to go into any more of that. I just wanted to explain that.
But we can't worry about that right now. All we can do is visit each nation in turn and try to convince them to sign up.
Definitely true.
You're really thinking of doing this? You realize it's a fool's errand now, don't you?
Kinda, but
What do you mean?
it is a video game, so it can happen. Honestly. Animes, video games, definitely can have a happy ending. Don't know about real life, though. Don't know if you can make every country like each other. I'm pretty sure there's a couple countries that hate each other, let's be honest.
Don't say that. We can do this.
Says the man who just strolled in from who knows where. Don't need to be putting these daft ideas in their heads.
And what would
Okay
you know
then.
about running a country, huh?
Yeah, what do you know about... Oh wait, no, he knows how to run the Sky Pirates.
Stop it!
He is a leader, so technically that's not right to say.
I don't know if
Because he
you can
ran
do
his
this.
own small
It doesn't
country
matter.
in
I want to
Cloud
do
Coil
it
Canyon,
anyway.
which technically isn't a country, it's more of a town.
Now?
I've realised something. Now that we've been to all these places and met all these people,
All these places, we've only been to like
I
3.
don't just want to do it for Nella. I want to do it for myself. For all of us. I really do want to make a world where everyone can be happy.
Honestly, it's pretty noble.
And I don't care if we might not succeed. That's no reason to give up.
True. That is very right.
Of course,
We might as
it
well
won't be
try.
easy
There's no
getting
reason
all
not
of
to
the countries of
try.
the world to sign our agreement. But if
I do wish there was an
there's a
auto
chance
feature
of
here, because I keep
success,
forgetting to press the A button, I'll be honest.
and I'll need all of your help to do it.
True. Very, very
The man
true.
say no to such a speech, lad. I'm with you, your majesty. Come what may.
Good, Batsu. No more complaining about that not being a chance of happening. At least we can try and see what happens. We might not befriend every single country. There's always a chance of that not happening. But we can at least try to. We already have one that's basically our friend right now, and that's Golden
Unify the
Paul.
world.
Because
Just as
Master
Ferdinand
Pugnacious
once did.
sees the error of his ways, so I'm pretty sure we're friends. So that should be the first person we get to sign our declaration. Honestly. And if we don't, it's kind of stupid. We need to go there and see if he wants to join us. And right there, it says it right there. Golden Poi, that's English. Golden Paul joins the Union. Okay. But yeah, we need to have him go sign it real quick. So let's go do that. And I get to do his voice again. It's been a couple episodes, but I think I remember it, so I'm gonna kind of wing it, but we're about to find out, honestly. Let's see here. Wait, weren't you thrown in jail? I can only apologize again for my unforgivable behavior and trying to manipulate fate for my own benefit. The guilt is something I will bear until my dying day. I have been lucky, however, Master Pugnacious has forgiven my transgressions and has allowed me to return to work. And so I must work harder than ever in order to right the wrongs I am brought about. True. Okay. Well, at least you're sorry for what you did. Although I'm not too sure if that's the truth or not, but because we can't really tell because we're not getting your actual emotion, because he has one face, and it's... Let's be honest, there's no way to tell if he's telling the truth. Master Pugnacious, it's been a while.
Greetings.
Indeed it has. It is good to see you as well. Since you kindly shared Dolaran's identity and details of his wicked scheme, my men have been working tirelessly to apprehend him, without success, I am sorry to say. Even now, I cannot believe that he stole that
Wait. I cannot believe that... Okay, so it's just that he skipped over a couple words.
Even now, I cannot believe that he stole... that I allowed him to steal my king's bond. Whether I was manipulated or not, what happened was unforgivable. I lived in penury as a child. I wished only to build a country where no one would have to suffer as I did. But no matter how hard I tried, I could not eliminate poverty entirely. And the more apparent this became to me, the more unsettled I felt. It was in allowing this matter to preoccupy me, and allowing myself to become distracted, that I offered Dolaran an opening. It will not happen again.
I read somewhere that the majority of the taxes generated by Lady Luck are intended to help the poor. Is that true?
It is, and in my weakness, I allowed her noble purpose to be corrupted.
And all the money went to the state instead.
But enough about my woes. How may I help you?
Well, we got a proposal for you, buddy. We came to ask you to join our kingdom with Oz, in the name of peace. United, we might stand a chance of defeating Dolaran, and of returning your king's bond to you. To this end, we have drawn up a treaty, the Declaration of Independence. I hope to convince all the great nations of this world to sign it.
Goodness.
All the great nations agreeing on something, and something as momentous as this. The chances of such a plan succeeding are remote. But Golden Paw will stand beside you in your endeavor. After all, there would be no Golden Paw were it not for you.
Oh my!
That's wonderful.
Indeed.
Oh, he said it for me.
We must hold the Lady Luck agrees.
Oh, shoot.
Oh, flippin' heck.
Oh, you're kidding me. Well, it is the rule of Golden Paw. Everything is based on luck, and Lady Luck is the one that says everything. From trials, to taxes, to everything. We do need to go based on Lady Luck's decision.
I'm not. In Golden Paw, all such decisions are entrusted to fortune, as you know full well.
True. Well, yes, but, if you insist. Yeah, we definitely gotta hope on Lady Luck. Well, if Luck's fortune is in our favor, we'll be fine. Actually, wouldn't fortune be good for us, honestly?
To guide us in the matter of this union.
Okay, let's hope this works. Hopefully no one's controlling the dice this time.
That you deem it wise.
I forgot which one means good. Is that good or is that bad? I don't know if that's a good answer.
Alas, Lady Luck has decreed that the pact shall not be signed.
Ah, shoot.
But...
Ah, come on.
Luckily for you, I disagree.
Oh, what? Wait, what?
The world is in danger, and we stand together or fall apart.
Oh, he's turning on Lady Luck.
Golden Paw must join you.
Oh, so against Lady Luck's traditions. So he's fighting tradition in order to make sure the lands are united. That's actually pretty good, actually. That's a turning point for their nation.
Would you be so kind as to join me in the Grand High Rollers Hall?
Thank you.
Master Pugnacious, we are in your debt. True, we are. Thankfully, we don't have to take one of those debt birds with us when it comes to this debt, however. Which is always a good thing. Also, funnily enough, the debt birds, there's one in y'all's forest that, one of the guys that originally had debts, he ended up making friends with the debt bird, which is kind of funny. But that's about it. That's basically all his story is that he had a debt bird to begin with, and then now it's his pet, so... I just kind of wanted to go over that, just because not every debt bird just disappears. So, let's continue.
Have all the necessary preparations been made for the signing of this pact of yours?
Yes.
Very well, then let us delay no longer.
Okay, let's do this. Time to sign our first, treaty. The first person on our Declaration of Interdependence. Hopefully this works, because there's only one way to unite this world, and that's by getting everyone to help us out. I cannot read any of that. Is that all in Japanese, or are those actually runes of this kingdom, or in this general world in general?
United we stand as one single land.
Oh, wait a minute. Wasn't there a name for that? Wasn't that Nazakanen? That was in the first game, wasn't it? And there we go. We got our first section signed in. I was going to say something else, but first kingdom signed in is what I was going to say, but I completely blanked out, honestly, and just went for whatever I could think of.
I suppose you will be visiting the other nations in order to gain more signatories for the declaration.
Yep, that's exactly the case. We will, Master Pugnacious.
Then I would suggest that you visit Hydropolis first. But you will need to cross the sea to do so.
We don't have a boat, so that's kind of bad. Is there a spell we could use to fly there or something?
You never cease to amuse me, Roland. Even if such a spell existed, it would be impossible to maintain it for long enough to complete the journey.
Well, unless we had a trapdoor to go there, but that's not the point.
Well, we'll not be able to fly that far, neither, lad. Ain't a wind I've ever heard of can be relied on upon to blow a man that sort of distance.
True, I guess. Looks like we get there by boat or not at all then. True.
Indeed.
Indeed. Well, we need a boat then.
A visit to Campston-on-Pond would seem to be in order. The shipwrights there are second to none.
We were told about that in the book that we read, didn't we? The history upon this place, that they own the capstan.
And they are vassals upon Golden Paw. I will send a word for your coming.
Okay, thank you. Then it looks like we're going to Campston-upon-Hall. That's a mouthful, honestly. Let's find a shipbuilder and see if we can't recruit them for our own kingdom. Oh, wait a minute, I remember this. We need to actually research certain things for the boat. I think we can't use a boat unless we research, I think. Yeah, and then we can build us an amazing boat, so we can sail the Hydropolis in style.
Well now.
By crikey, it seems we've got to be getting on with.
Yeah, we gotta be getting on with this. Thank you, Master Pugnacious. I'll convince all the other nations to sign our declaration, I promise.
I sincerely hope that you do, King Evan. May fortune smile upon you.
Thank you, Master Pugnacious, indeed. Well, now that we're done there, we can finally leave this place.
The Declaration of Interdependence.
Also, I'm kind of noticing that we are kind of blocking a little bit of the subtitles, but it's not to the point where it's like completely blocking everything. Like, it's about one word, I think, for the most parts. If at all, because if it's like one, like say like I, and then say a pawn, that would be like, I would be blocked off, but half of a pawn would be blocked off. So I don't think it's too bad. So honestly, it's not the worst thing, honestly.
Impressive.
Now I'm trying to figure out if my sound's too loud in my headset. Okay, true.
Yes, I have Roland to thank for that. And Bodley, of course.
Kinda,
Forget your
I guess.
all this. Pugnacious signed the agreement because
Bodley
of you,
kinda
because he
helped.
trusts you.
She could've just, you know,
I suppose
gave us the
so.
library card and let us just do what we wanted, but
By the way,
meh.
are there any girls you like?
What?
What kind of question is
Where did
that?
come from?
Oh, I was just interested.
I like everyone. All of my subjects.
Well, that's good.
Well, it's good to have someone you can trust. That's all.
Hmm.
Someone you can be completely honest with, no matter what.
I guess that's true, but
Just something to bear in mind. See you soon.
kind of early for him to think about girls, though.
Goodbye.
I don't think Evan... I know Evan's not 18, he's nowhere close to it. I think he's 14, if I remember. I don't think there's an exact age, actually, for Evan. So, honestly, it's a little early for him to kind of look into that, but... kind of a weird question. Random mysterious boy that we have no information on. And here's Doloran. It's been actually an entire chapter since we've seen him, so... honestly, we kind of need to see more about him. And kind of what's going on here. What are you doing? We do know that apparently you're trying to wake up the Horned One, based on what we've been told.
Next.
Who's next, exactly?
Brine Skimmer of
Oh, he's going for Brine Skimmer next. But how is he gonna... oh, wait, no, he doesn't have to get to Brine Skimmer. He only has to get to the king/queen of that specific place. True.
Chapter 5.
I was gonna say that how is he gonna get to it, but then I remembered he doesn't have to actually get to the actual, dragon itself. He only has to get to the leader of the said dragon. So I've been looking at some maps. Capstan upon Hall is south of Golden Paw, right? Maybe? I don't know.
Aye, that it be, and we've to visit the swamp by the name of Right, or so Pugnacious telleth me.
I do hope we can convince some good shipwrights to join us.
That we will, Level Lad, that we will. The best of the business.
Well, hopefully. Who knows, honestly. We just need one. One boatmaker. DLC quest, what? I did not know about this one. New quest courtesy of Bodley. The Adventure Pack expansion will broaden your horizons. With all new quests, courtesy of your old pal Bodley. Go and pay your visit at the library in Golden Paw to find out more. DLC What Does Tani Want? A new story has been added which revolves around a certain very special tome. Start by talking to Tani and Evermore. So that is the story of the Lost Tome, the one with the conductor from the first game. So we won't be doing that just yet, because that's more of an endgame thing, so honestly it's gonna be a while till we do the... I forgot the actual name of it. It's Lost Tome, though. Is for sure. But everything else I'm kind of drawing a blank on. There's proof that I'm kind of, like, I don't remember everything, but I remember certain small, minute details on certain things in this game. And that's about it. So, sometimes I might remember something like, about the whole Kingmaker thing, about fighting all the different, Kingmakers and stuff like that. Of course, we're going to be fighting the Horned One, that's 100% happening. It's literally the final boss. That's kind of in the name of the whole game. It leads up to the whole, that being a thing. Because Doloran's the final boss, I did explain that. So, there would be no point in saying, oh, we're not going to fight the Horned One. So, I might as well just say, yeah, we're fighting the Horned One. I won't say what happens in between. Well, you kind of can think about it, but that's about it. But I want to kind of work on my skills, because we haven't really done much with this. I want to make sure that Roland's kind of as strong as possible. So making sure that his static wall is fully upgraded would be my best interest, honestly. So since we have a little bit of time to just sit here, I kind of want to make sure to level up my abilities a little bit. We'll head over to Capstan by the time this episode's near its end, because we're getting close to the end of this one. So I kind of just want to make sure to work on skills, make sure we have certain skills as well. Because we should make sure that we're making sure that we have some of these skills. Because these are important, and we don't want to fall too far behind. So that should be everything. I upgraded all we can. So let's start heading to Capstan. I don't think we need any new weapons or anything. I think we'll be fine. And if I do need any weapons, I'll just do that in between episodes. It's not too hard to buy some items in between episodes, or do some training. And honestly, although the training is important to this game, too much training could make this series last way too long. Because as I said, my first playthrough did take me like 60 hours. And that was because I did all the quests, and I also kind of chilled out and just let the clock run, so I could get the Manage Kingdom settings to do what it needs to do and, like, get as much of the kingdom built as possible. I think my kingdom's pretty much built in my other playthrough, but it did take quite a while to actually build it. It's pretty much, over the course of this game, you could kind of build it up, but you can't do it all in just the story alone. You have to actually put time and effort into it, is what I'm trying to say, in order to actually work on the whole king's building thing. Or kingdom building thing, I should say. I don't know why I said king's building. That's basically the same thing, but basically it takes a while to do it. You can't just do it all in one sitting. It's way too hard. You have to, due to the whole point that you have to wait like 30 minutes for certain upgrades. And sometimes it won't take that long. It really depends on what is being worked on, honestly. So if you have a certain amount of villagers in your town, say, and you had certain units that will have high IQs and stuff like that, that will make your research go by a lot quicker, making the time to actually do the buildings and researches a lot quicker in the long run, is what I'm trying to say. So technically you could save time on that. And also I'm kind of getting some lag here. I noticed my frames dropped a little bit. I'm not sure if you guys noticed that, but I definitely did notice a little bit of that. It's not much, but it was a small bit. I'll be honest, I noticed it a little bit, but honestly, whenever I lag, I don't notice it in the recordings. The only time I ever noticed it in the recording was when it came to Pokemon Uranium, and that was for the final gym. The final gym in Tsukunami Village was where I noticed there was actual lag, and that was because of the whole puzzle in general. The way the puzzle works is that due to how it was coded, there's just so much going on that it forces, even if you have a really good computer, and that is a big dragon over there, that's scary. But as I was saying, even if you had a good computer, I have a good one, in fact, you lag very, very hard in that place, just due to the fact that it wasn't very optimized. Although the game would probably have it optimized by now if the game never got cancelled, I think that it definitely could use some optimization, and I probably would not have lagged there. So honestly, it's not that bad. Although this game is a lot more graphic intensive than the other games, and that's the first time I've actually dodged in a move. And stop doing that! Leave me alone, buddy. That is way too much spinning for my taste, honestly. Give me PTSD every time you swing at me at Mach 10 speed like that, honestly. I'm gonna turn on the on that, and let's move so we don't get hit by that. I'm gonna just blast this slime into smithereens, because he's kind of just nullifying all melee attacks. We're just gonna swing at him since he's not really focusing Roland, so that's basically a free knockout. But yeah, basically, the only time when I ever lag is basically when a game's either unoptimized or the game is more graphically intensive. This game's more intensive, so it makes sense, honestly. So a little bit of lag isn't really too bad. Plus it was 91 frames per second. It's not like I was like running at like 40 frames all of a sudden. It's just a small, tiny bit of lag. That's why I said it was barely noticeable. Capstan upon Hall. Well, we're finally here. Hopefully we can find a shipwright. Why do I have a feeling we're going to be doing a fetch quest? Is that actually the case? I actually hope that's not the case. But I have a feeling there's a fetch quest about to happen. Also, is there a trapdoor here? Yep, there is. Good. Let's grab that real quick so we can teleport back here. See if there's anything going on here other than just the mission itself. It looks like there is an inn where we can heal. And there's also a shop. Should we take a second to look at the shop? Just because it's been a while since we looked at them. Just to see what kind of upgrades we can get. Actually, there is none. There's just Angel Tears, Hush Begons, and Soreways. Huh. Okay, well, we don't need that, so looks like we're just gonna go and see what this guy has to offer us.
How do you... You'll be this King Evan old Puggy told us to expect, eh?
Hello.
Yes, that's me.
Well, you're a bit shorter than I was imagining. Well, nice to meet you, your majesty.
Nice to meet you too, Mr. Wright.
Name's Ray. I'm the gaffer around these parts. Puggy told me that you were after, what you were after, but I'm not best fixed to help you just now.
Sorry about kicking my desk if you heard that. So, let's see here.
Oh.
Let's see, so he's not able to help us. Well, it makes sense, he's kind of older, so it wouldn't be in his best intention to work on a ship and make sure it's in the tip-top shape, and I accidentally skipped that. I'm guessing Evan basically said, oh, that's too bad, basically.
You could say that, eh? If we're a few days back now, a load of tugboats were out fishing, when a monster showed up and smashed them all to bits. A bunch of old youngins went out looking to snicker and sneeze the thing, but the poor blokes ain't ever been seen since.
Oh, that's no good at all.
I had half a mind to go after the reckless Wally's missing, but I'd only get walloped like as not.
So that's where everyone went.
Oi.
Hey Evan, if we help them out, they'll offer us a favor, won't they?
Yes.
True, that could happen. Yes, and besides, we can fairly well leave them to their fate. Mr. Wright, we'll go and see what happened to the other villagers.
Shut up, really? Do that. Well, go on then. I'll not turn down an offer to help. The horrible thing lives on the old shrine down the coast. I only hope the lad's alright. But to smash them boats up like they weren't out. Watch yourselves, eh?
Watch yourselves indeed. And also, why did I hear thunder? I'm not sure if I did or not, but I hope that's not thunder, because if my power goes out and I lose all this progress and the entire episode, I'm gonna kind of cry, honestly. So maybe I should end this one off here, just in case, because I kind of think I did hear some. But I was gonna end off anyways, but just in case, we're gonna be careful and ending off right away, instead of just kind of making it go on and on, like I usually do, just because I come up with a topic and I want to talk about it before I end it off the episode. So, as always, thank you all for watching, have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace out, boys and girls, and have a wonderful rest of your day. See you all in the next one. Peace out. Hey, boys and girls, thank you all for watching today's episode. If you liked what you saw today, please leave a like and maybe even subscribe. And hit the bell notification down below. If you guys have any kind of suggestions for games, please put that in the comments down below as well. Thank you all for watching today's episode, and keep being spooky. Peace out, guys.